The universe is impossibly big, and that unending vastness is filled with wonders that we can't even imagine in our wildest dreams. But now, because of the James Webb Space Telescope, we can get a better look at some of these cosmic marvels. The first images we saw shook people worldwide with how wonderfully they showed the beauty of our universe. And the latest one is no exception. Watch this video to find out more. First, let's talk about the picture in question. More than a week has passed now since we got our first real glimpse at what JWST is capable of, when NASA held a press conference and released those first spectacular images for the world to see. Even now, the excitement around all the data the telescope is collecting is still raging, and by the looks of it, it's not going to slow down anytime soon. For instance, astronomers around the world are already pouring through all the huge swaths of information that make up the publicly available JWST datasets. Take Gabriel Brammer, an associate professor from Niels Bohr Institute at the University of Copenhagen. Brammer posted a picture on Twitter of NGC 628, also known as Messier 74, a galaxy with ghostly spiral arms that's also been referred to as the Phantom Galaxy. The picture shows a stunning purple vortex straight out of science fiction, except that it's really out there. Messier 74 is about 32 million light years away from us, so to be able to see it in this much detail is nothing short of a miracle. But wait, why didn't NASA post this picture? How did Brammer get this picture if NASA hadn't released it themselves? Well, the image is a composite of 3 separate pictures that he found in the Barbara A. Mikulski Archive for Space Telescopes. The data in question included snapshots from JWST's MIRI instrument, which takes infrared pictures. Then, since infrared is outside the visible spectrum, Brammer assigned a color to each wavelength of light being emitted from Messier 74 to make it a little easier on the eyes. But that doesn't mean the image is fake. Brammer explained in a reply to the original tweet that the vivid purple hues we're seeing are actually real. That's because the emissions from PAH molecules, what he calls interstellar cigarette smoke, make the red and blue channels in the color filter used brighter than the green channel. Basically, what that means is that while the galaxy might not be this exact color, the shades we see are all accurate relative to each other, just shifted to a spectrum where we can see everything interesting. Still, a NASA astronomer was quick to respond to Brammer. Janice Lee, who according to Brammer was the one responsible for the planning and execution of collecting the data that gave us this violet swirl, posted her own take on the JWST dataset. Her tweet was a GIF that shows the galaxy NGC 7496 in the visible spectrum and then the infrared given to us by JWST. It starts off by showing an image of the galaxy taken by Hubble. Then an overlay of the James Webb picture slowly fades in, showing us just exactly how much more powerful the new telescope is. The James Webb variant of the image has a lot more detail, and it manages to see through stellar dust to light up what was just lanes of dust, showing beautiful glowing lanes that showcase the early stages of star formation. This visceral comparison comes from a larger project that Lee is working on, physics at high angular resolution in nearby galaxies, or FANGS for short. That's the same program that gave the dataset for the Messier 74 picture, by the way. NASA says that the FANGS mission aims to unlock the secrets behind the mysterious process of star formation. It'll also be sharing all its discoveries with the wider scientific community. So in short, FANGS will help scientists from all over the world collaborate and work on research based on the unprecedented data that they're getting from JWST. And what's more, other scientists have been sharing their incredible JWST discoveries. Among the flurry of discoveries being made already thanks to JWST is a paper submitted by Mike Engesser at the Space Telescope Science Institute. Engesser posted on Twitter that he'd sent his paper based on JWST for peer review. The contents of the paper and the accompanying pictures are what's really exciting though. According to Essinger, he's discovered a snapshot of a transient supernova. That's a star that's in the middle of exploding. He posted a composite from NIRCam on JWST side by side with an image of the same explosion taken by Hubble. If true, this could be the first supernova that we've captured in this much detail. And thanks to JWST, we can do a spectroscopy and get the chemical composition of the supernova. That, in turn, will let scientists figure out what exactly is going on inside and answer big questions about the birth and death of stars. Importantly, Brammer also worked with Engesser on this discovery, and Engesser thanked him in the tweet as well. And that's not all. Another team thinks they've found what could be the oldest galaxy that we know of. Formed just 300 million years after the Big Bang, this galaxy is about 97.8% the age of the whole universe. An image of the galaxy was posted by Paul Byrne, showing a faint red dot against a pitch-black background. If Harvard astronomer Rowan Naidu is to be believed, this one galaxy could contain the mass of 1 billion suns. But there's already stiff competition to be the first to study it. According to Naidu, another team has also submitted a paper about this galaxy. Again, a spectroscope could answer a lot of long-standing scientific questions, especially about how the universe was in its very early days. Now, in other related news. First, NASA has finally announced the launch date for the Artemis 1 mission. After an unbearable wait, we finally have potential dates for when the Artemis 1 mega rocket will be launching. NASA has announced 3 placeholder dates for when its first mission will go to the moon. Artemis 1 could launch on either August 29th, September 2nd, or September 5th. Right now, these dates are tentative though. They're subject to change based on the adjustments NASA wants to make on the Space Launch System rocket. These changes come after a successful June 20th wet dress rehearsal for the SLS rocket. This first mission is meant to be an unmanned test flight that will go around the moon in preparation for future manned missions. NASA's Associate Administrator of Exploration Systems, Jim Free, said that these dates aren't a commitment by the agency. More concrete launch dates will be announced about a week before the actual day of the flight, after NASA completes a standard flight readiness review for both the SLS rocket and the Orion capsule that it will carry. The interim dates in August and September, though, are what the agency is aiming to achieve and planning for, said Free. For now, there are still a lot of things NASA has left to do, like closeouts and other checklists, before the launch is finalized. Since Artemis eventually has to carry human passengers, NASA, which already painstakingly works to prevent any mishap by doing rigorous testing, has to be extra careful. Next, NASA gave SpaceX a contract to launch the Roman telescope. NASA has selected SpaceX's Falcon Heavy to carry the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope at a whopping price tag of $255 million. This is by far the biggest contract SpaceX has gotten from NASA so far. Now that the James Webb Space Telescope is up and running, the Roman telescope is the next big space mission, and the fact that NASA is trusting SpaceX with it could pay dividends for the company. NASA has previously given SpaceX a contract for the Europa Clipper mission, valued at $178 million, and another SpaceX contract for a 2024 launch of a weather satellite will bring them $152.5 million. So, the Roman telescope contract sets a new record, though SpaceX might have been chosen for a lack of competition. Both Blue Origin and United Launch Alliance haven't made any launches yet that would be capable of carrying out the mission. The 4,200-kilogram spacecraft will be sent to the L2 Lagrange point, 1.5 million kilometers away from our planet. That's the same place that JWST has been placed. Despite the importance of the mission, it has suffered a 7-month delay and an added $382 million in expenses, bringing the total cost of the project to $4.32 billion. Finally, 2 startups have said they're collaborating on a Mars mission. Impulse Space, a space transportation startup, along with Relativity Space, a launch vehicle startup, have both announced that they're working together to carry out a Mars lander mission that could launch as soon as 2024. Impulse will be working on the cruise stage, entry capsule, and lander, while Relativity will launch the mission on its Terran 4 rocket, which is currently under development. The companies, in a statement, said that they hope to carry payloads for both government and commercial customers, but they refused to give an estimate cost of the project. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think about the stunning picture of Messier 74? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.